YouTube ads from start to finish in 2022. First, you need a good offer, an offer that converts. The hardest thing is figuring out whether or not an offer converts. Let's assume you know your offer converts. Using another traffic source, so it works. Let's just use, for the sake of a simple example, an e-com store. You know this e-com store converts at 2%. What does that mean? Every 100 visitors, every 50 visitors I sent, I get one purchase. The first thing you wanna do when you're building out your campaigns, you wanna test your creatives. You wanna see which one of your creatives can get you conversions that will make you profitable, for lack of a better term. When you're looking at your creatives, you wanna work with the system. The system cares about creatives that have high CTR. This is the same for YouTube ads, this is the same for any other type of traffic platform. And you wanna find a combination of audiences. You wanna see which audiences are more likely to resonate and want to buy your product that you're selling. Now, the way these networks work nowadays, eventually, when you have no targeting, a lot of the time your process will work. It will just work when you have the right ad. However, that's once you have some data. With YouTube ads, you can still have the advantage of using different types of targeting, whether it's contextual, whether it's behavioral. So let's just say you have this product and your profit, if you have $100 CPA, you are break even, 2% conversion rate. You already know that your offer works. So the step right now is finding which creative can work for you. What you wanna do is you wanna launch a few different campaigns. What that budget is gonna be is going to depend on you. But you wanna launch a few different campaigns with different audience types. Some contextual, some behavioral. Contextual, what do you wanna start out with? You wanna start out with the things that make the most sense. Let's just say you're selling a product that is geared towards Google Ads auto enthusiasts as an affinity. They probably do. Do they have channels for people that are auto enthusiasts? Make placement campaigns, make keyword campaigns based on these channels, based on the channels, based on the authors, and now you're testing the creatives across all these campaigns. Now you're gonna find there's a trend on certain type of creative. So the next question is my creative getting me above a 1% click-through rate? If the answer is yes, now we wanna look at, is my CPC in any of these campaigns giving me something that will be profitable for my store or my offer? Remember, we said you have a 2% conversion rate. So at a 2% conversion rate, that means 1 out of 50 clicks is going to give you a purchase. This is just really basic math. If you get in $2 CPC and 1 out of 50 is gonna give you a purchase, that means 50 times 2 is $100. $100 is equal to your profit. That is what brings you to break even. So you know that $2 cost per click, it's not gonna be profitable, assuming the 2% conversion rate, but it's going to bring you at least break even. So that's within the range of what you want to work with. Now, what does that mean? If your cost per click is, after running the ads for, I don't know, 2 days, 3 days, your cost per click is around $2.10. Does that mean you should stop it? That's where it gets a little bit creative. That's really up to you. I like to give things a little bit more leeway, because let's just say you ran the ads, but it's only spent $50, and it's giving you $2.10. While yes, you know your thing converts, your offer converts at 2%, it may convert a little bit higher depending on that audience. So I would give it a little bit more leeway, 25% leeway. Let's just say I want to give it maybe 25 more cents. So $2.25, actually excuse me, $2.50 cost per click, that would probably be my limit. If I'm getting $3 cost per click, then you know what I need to do? I need to either expand my audience, but most likely I need to increase my CTR. So back to the drawing board. So once again, you offer it, you already know it's working. Phase 2, you're creative. Do I have a good enough creative? My CTR above 1%? Cool. Is my CPC in an acceptable range? No. In that case, go back to your creative, increase the CTR. If it's within the acceptable range, great. You have to let it spend to a certain amount. That's going to depend on you, on how conservative you are. If you're a little bit more aggressive, you can allow a certain amount time of CPA, whether it's just 2 times the CPA, whether it's 3 times the CPA, that's really up to you. Let's just say you're conservative. You wanna give it $100. You get no purchases, you're done. Great. Let's just say you get no purchases, I have to go back to the creative. While your creative met these vanity metrics, such as CTR, such as CPC, it, for whatever reason, is not connecting with your audience. So you want to test new creatives. Having said that, you do have a creative that has vanity metrics that work. Now you may want to test different types of landing pages. If you come from the e-com space, especially things like Facebook ads, where you can send direct to the product page, you probably thinking, hey, how come this is not working? So there's 2 main types of ads in YouTube. you're gonna have your ad that sells the product, sells the offer and everything. It's gonna be a longer ad. Because of that, you're gonna be penalized in pricing. That type of ad that's really in-depth, you may get away with sending it to a fleshed out product. However, you're trying to create an ad that, while it kind of sells the product, but it more pre-sells it, and you're trying to get that click at a cheaper price, better make sure that your landing page has a story behind it. So a lot of e-com products, you're gonna maybe even want a VSL, a little VSL explaining the product a little bit more so you can sell it. So assuming you have the ad that has the right vanity metrics, try to test other landing pages. At the same token, you still wanna test other ads to see if that's the issue. If you tested these other ads and you're getting the same vanity metrics, and vanity metrics I mean like CTR, CPCs, that are working out and it's still not converting, then you really gotta work on testing different landing pages. You know this offer works, you know people want this product. So it's a matter of saying, okay, can I make this work? And something with $100 profit, you can get $60, $70 CPA is very much attainable in YouTube ads. So let's just say, boom, you finally find something that has vanity metrics. It matches with your landing page, the offer's converting, and everything's working out well. Now, let's just say you get $2 cost per click, you have a 3% conversion rate. So that means 1 out of 3 clicks are converting more or less. So now you're getting a $60 CPA and your margin for error is $100. $60 CPA, you're making 40 bucks, life is good. Now what do? You look at your audiences that you ran, you look at your audience insights, you look at Google Analytics, which you should always have Google Analytics installed or some type of analytics platform. And you try to see, okay, which audiences are working best for me? Is there a certain demographic? Is there a certain age, gender combination that works best for me? And you start testing that out in audiences that either performed well in the past or audiences that through audience insights are showing you that they have potential. Once you have that dialed down, you have the creative, you have the landing page, you know your offer converts, and you know that a certain demographic converts better, and not all the time you gotta go demographic target. Sometimes, 18 plus, male, female, they all work. But some products, maybe it's females 35 plus. Once you do that, you wanna scale. You start increasing budget on the campaigns that are working, and you start looking for different interests on those ads that you know work and see what works. If that campaign, you give it a small test, whether you run it for 2 or 3 days, if it's converting, you increase the budget. If you do things this method, I guarantee you that you will be able to scale. But it all starts with this process. Let's just say, hey, I have this one campaign that works really well, but my other campaigns, it doesn't work well, and you have a click-through rate of 0.5%, let me tell you, your creative is not good. You need to work on your creative. And if you think that you're going to media buy your way into making this profitable, it's not going to work. You're going to be stuck with your little placement campaign, spending $100 a day and saying that you want to scale. That's not scaling. YouTube ads, you can spend 5K, 20K, 50K a day profitably, but it all starts with that whole process. Have a good enough offer. Be honest if your offer is good enough. Make it good enough. And the offer is not just what you're selling, it's how you present what you're selling. And part of that is the landing page as well. Next step, have a good enough creative, a creative that connects with your landing page. Whether you're selling the click or selling the story, have a good enough creative. And it has to meet those metrics. Then the next step is finding audiences. At a certain point, you're gonna have some campaigns that have no targeting going to work. But having that one campaign be responsible for everything, no matter how dialed in you have things working in YouTube ads, you're gonna have bad days and you're gonna have good days on certain campaigns. So that's why you're gonna wanna have different campaigns with different audience targeting that are all contributing to your overall goal of scaling. And that's really all it is. That's a step-by-step of how to get your YouTube ads working in 2022. How to launch it, what to look for, how to diagnose things, and scale. Having said that, once your scale is working, yes, you will want to be testing new creatives. You want to be testing those new creatives in an isolated environment, meaning don't stick them in the campaigns that are working for you. Your campaigns will stop working at some point. Either people tired of the offer, people tired of the creative. That's why you always have to refresh creatives. Do you have to refresh creatives as frequently as other traffic platforms such as TikTok ads or Facebook ads? Probably not, no. Having said that, you still wanna have that in the queue. Keep on testing, and when you find a creative that is maybe has a possibility to beat your former champion, then you start launching that in your new campaign. And that's pretty much the step-by-step process of how to launch and scale, what to look for when you're launching YouTube ads in 2022. If you really want to get more tips and tricks for free, check out our channel, no problem. If you really want a depth analysis and see how we structure our campaigns, why we structure it a certain way, what are our rules for optimization and things of that nature, feel free to book a call with us and check out if our course is for you.